welcome back. I'm happy you're here. Welcome to your practice. This class is going to prepare you for double pigeon or FireLog pose. So we're going to release the inner groin and work on external rotation. And you could maybe have a blanket or a block, but you don't necessarily need anything. So go ahead and lie on your back to get started. We're going to bend the knees and set up into a bridge pose. So go ahead and lift your hips high and take your feet hip width. Engage your glutes, lift your hips, press your hands down, and just roll your shoulder blades underneath you. From here, extend your right leg towards the sky. You're going to take your right foot behind your left ankle so that your shin is now pressing on the floor. Good. Inhale, lower your hips. Exhale, press into your shin and lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Re-extend your right leg to the sky. Cross your ankle over your left thigh. Release your hips down and draw your right knee towards you. Go ahead and interlace your hands behind your left thigh and give it a little squeeze. Good. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Take your hands behind your head and we're going to do a little core work. So exhale, lift your shoulder blades off the mat. Keep your knees over your hips. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Stay there. Reach your arms forward and do 3 pulses. Great. And then release. Let's do the other side. So go ahead, lift up to your bridge. Lift your left leg to the sky. Take your left foot behind your right. And so you're pressing that left shin into the floor. Inhale, release your hips. Exhale, press into the shin. Lift your pelvis. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. One more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Re-extend your left leg. Feel your glutes working. Cross your ankle over your right thigh. Lower your hips. Draw your right knee towards you. Flex into your left foot. So reach your left toes to the left. From here, take your hands behind your head. Take a breath in. As you exhale, curl up. Try not to pull on your head too much. Inhale, release. Exhale, use your core. Lift your shoulder blades. Inhale, release. Exhale, lift. This time, reach the arms forward. 3 pulses. 2, 1, and release. Take your feet back on the mat. Let's do one more bridge pose for good measure. Press your hands down. If you want to, interlace your fingers underneath you. Puff up your chest, and then lift your chin away from your chest. And release. Hug your knees in, roll over, and we're going to come to our hands and knees into a tabletop position. Do a few rounds of cat-cow, so round your back, exhale your breath. Inhale, look up, lift your seat. Exhale, pull belly to spine, heavy your head, heavy your tailbone. Inhale, arch the back. Exhale, round. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look inward. Beautiful. Extend your left leg back. Spin your left heel down. Take a modified side plank, so left arm goes up. Go ahead and float your left leg. Take your hand to your hip. You're going to stabilize and draw the left leg in front of your belly button and then take it back. One more time. Draw it forward and take it back. Release your left foot. Draw your left arm over your ear. Look up. Breathe in. Release your left hand. Draw your right shin forward like you're going to do pigeon. And instead, take your left knee behind your ankle, and you're going to rise up into this figure 4 stand. Interlace your fingers, reach your arms up, point your pointer finger, and you're going to side bend away from your knee to the left. Good. Inhale, come up, press into your back foot, your left foot, lift your chest. Exhale, take your hands back to your mat, curl your left toes, and then come into a figure 4 in a down dog. You can bend your left knee and push your right knee forward. Draw your chest towards your thighs. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, step in between your thumbs. Release your back knee. Take a breath in. You can look forward. As you exhale, you can extend your legs straight, any amount. You can use blocks here if you like. Again, bend both knees. Breathe in. Look forward. Exhale. Draw your head down. Extend your legs. One more. Inhaling. Bending the knees. Exhale to extend. Keep your left hand where it is. Just take your right hand up. Take a little twist. Pulling the right hip back. Try to straighten the right leg. Exhale, release, and then step your left foot behind your right. So your ankles are crossed. And let your head go down. Inhale, reach your arms up. You can look up. Exhale the hands to the heart. Go ahead and lift your right knee up. Cross your ankle over your left thigh. So figure 4. And you start to bend into your left knee like chair pose. So you're sitting low. You can take the forearms onto your shin if you like. Keep flexing into your right foot. So you're reaching the toes to the right. And you'll feel that activate your hip a bit. And then we're going to take the left hand to the left foot, or to the right foot. And as you stand up, take your foot with you. And let your right knee go down any amount. You don't have to force it. Just letting it fold. Take your arms up if you like. Releasing the hold. So just using the strength of your leg. Take another breath here. And as you exhale, just let your right foot go over your left foot and fold back over your legs. Step your left foot back. Take your right foot over it so you're in a cross knee down dog. Good. Inhale, go all the way to an up dog. So you don't have to do chaturanga or flip your feet. Exhale back to your down dog. And then take your left knee out on the floor. Spin your right heel down. So we're back in our modified side plank on the other side. Take your right leg up. Reach your right foot in front of you, any amount. And take it back. One more time. Draw the right foot forward. And take it back. Step the right foot down. Reach over your ear. Look up towards the sky. Breathe in. Exhale, release your hand. Square your hips. Draw your left shin forward like you're doing pigeon. And then take your right knee behind your ankle. And you'll rise up into this figure 4 stand. Really draw your right foot down. And then take your arms up by your ears. Interlace your fingers. Release your pointer finger. And as you exhale, you can lean to your right. Inhale, come up. Lift your chest. Look up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Curl your right toes and come to a down dog with your ankle over your thigh. Figure 4. Pushing the arms straight, pushing the chest towards the thighs. And as you exhale, step in between your thumbs. You can be on fingertips here or blocks. Bend both knees, breathe in, gaze forward, and exhale, drop your head, extend your legs. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. One more. Inhale, bend. Look out. And exhale, fold. Right hand stays down underneath your shoulder, and you'll twist your left arm up. Trying to stack and rotate your spine. Pulling your left hip back to extend the leg. And as you exhale, just step the right foot behind the left. Let your head be heavy. Inhale, rise up, reach up, look up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Draw your left knee up. Cross your ankle over your right thigh. Start to bend the right knee. So you're in a chair pose in the right leg. You can take your arms down towards your shin. So the left hip's drawing backwards. And you're engaging your left foot. So curl your left toes to the left. Grab your foot with your right hand, and as you stand up, take it with you. Pull it as high as you can towards your right pocket, and let your left knee just go down any amount. You can keep holding your foot, or if you feel stable and you want to try to reach the arms up, you can do that. Take a breath in, arms straight, and as you exhale, release your left foot over your right and fold into your legs. Look at your feet. You're just going to step them back the same way into downward dog. So you'll step your right foot back and then take your left ankle over it. Knees crossed. Inhale, go all the way to an upward dog. Chest forward. Exhale, downward dog. Good. Release both of your knees. Knees touch, ankles touch. Sit back into a little tight child's pose. So push the chest towards the thighs. Push the hips to the heels. Use your hands pushing forward on the mat to deepen this fold in the hips, this fold in the knees. Walk your hands forward and come to downward facing dog. Bend both knees, lift your sit bones high. And then start to pull the heels down towards the mat. Maybe your legs will extend towards straight. Again, bend both knees, lift your heels, lift your sit bones, lift your hips. And as you exhale, draw your heels down. Try to extend your legs. Beautiful. Lift your right leg up. Breathe in. Exhale, take your knee to your nose. Cross your ankle over your left thigh. So you're in your figure 4 down dog. Roll to the outer edge of your left foot. Come onto your right fingertips. Feel that stretch in the right side of your body. And then roll to the opposite. So roll to the inside of your foot. And you can take your left arm up. So you're in like a little side plank variation. Bend your left knee for a moment. And then straighten it, and then kick out as far forward as you can, and you'll take a seat into a wide leg seat. Breathe in, lift your chest. Exhale, you can hinge forward any amount if you like. Inhale, come back up. Replant your hands. Draw your right knee towards your right elbow, and then slide your knee out to the right so you're in a half frog shape. Come onto your elbows. Beautiful. We're going to do a thread the needle over to the left. So just drawing the right ear down. It could be on a block or the floor. Just doing a little twist. And then inhale, come back up where you started. We're going to go the other way. So slide your left hand over to the left. And as you do that, you'll end up on your back. Just roll on your back. Cactus your right elbow. You can gaze to the right, and you're doing a spinal twist here. So drawing the left thigh down and breathing in to the side of the waist. Take another breath in. If you want to straighten your right leg, you can also do that. And then come back to your forearms. Curl your toes. Lift up into a forearm plank. Push through your elbows and your fingers so you spread your shoulder blades. And let's just tap the right knee down and then the left knee down. Again, right knee, left knee. Good. Lower the knees. Press into the hands. And find downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high. Exhale, knee to the chest. Come forward. Cross your ankle over your right thigh. Come into your figure 4 down dog. Roll to the outside of your right foot. Come onto your left fingertips. Breathe into the left side of your waist. And then go the other way. Roll to the inside of your right foot. Take your right arm up. So you're in this side plank variation. Bend your right knee a little bit. And then straighten your legs. Slide your left foot forward and take a wide leg seat. Breathe in, lift your heart. And as you exhale, you can hinge forward any amount. Inhale takes you back up. Plant your hands. Draw your left knee towards your left elbow and then slide your left knee out to its own side like a half frog. Lower to your belly. Come on to your forearms. You're going to thread the needle. Left arm goes over to the right. Lower your left ear to the mat or a block. Push through your right hand. Breathe in and out, and then unwind and go to the other side. So slide your right hand to the left, roll onto your back, and you'll end up in this spinal twist. So the left knee is bent. You could gaze over to the left. You can stay right where you're at, or maybe you want to kick out your left leg straight. Take another breath here. And then unwind, go back to your belly onto your forearms. Track your elbows directly under your shoulders. Spread your fingers, your pointer finger faces forward. Lift your hips, lift your legs, forearm plank. Trying to have your hips too high or too low, but feel that your core is pulling in, your tailbone's heavy, your arms are engaging, pressing forward. Move your heels forward and back. Spin your heels to the left. Spin your heels to the right. Come to center. Walk your feet towards your elbows for dolphin pose. Push your chest towards your thighs. Keep pressing into your fingers, your knuckles. Let your head be heavy. So you're just gazing back. Take another breath in. And exhale. Lower your knees. Cross your ankles. Take a seat back behind your feet. Extend your legs straight. This is the time in practice where you might want to sit up on a blanket or grab a block. So grab what you need here. I'm going to show you some options. It's always good to know that you have options in your practice. So we're going to do some seated hip openers. Start by extending your legs straight. Bend your right knee and open it out to its own side. So your right foot is inside your left inner thigh. You're just going to crawl your hands forward over your left leg. So you're subtly lifting your belly and twisting over your left leg. If it's available, you could grab your foot and bend your elbows wide and start to draw your chest forward. So instead of rounding your back, think about opening up the front body, and eventually you'll go a little further down. And if you want to, you can even start to draw your forehead towards your leg. Make sure you're pressing your right knee down. And if your right knee is really lifted off the ground, it's nice to put a block underneath your knee, or you could put this blanket underneath your knee. So find what works for you. Also, if when you're sitting here, you feel like your head is way behind your hips and you can't quite get yourself stacked up, you could slide that blanket underneath your sit bones, and that's going to help rotate the pelvis so that you can start to find a forward fold more easily and let the pelvis rotate more easily. So we're going to take about 2 to 3 more breaths. Just want to give you some options for props. And then we're going to inhale and come up. Take your right hand behind you. Inhale, lift your hips and come onto your right shin. One breath. Exhale, release, go to the other side. Step into your right foot, left hand behind you, and you'll just lift to a little wild thing, little back bend. And exhale, release. Let's do the other side. So you'll bend your left knee, let it open out to the left. Again, if the knee is really lifted and you're not able to press it down into the ground, you could put a little blanket or even a block, a pillow, or a cushion from your sofa underneath your knee. And welcome to sit up on something as well. And start to crawl your hands forward. So keep pressing your left knee down. Lift your belly up and over to the right, so it's a little tiny twist. You can just walk your hands forward, or you could grab your foot, maybe pull your elbows wide. Keep lifting and lengthening your chin and your chest forward. And if it feels available, you can start to take the head down. Deepen your breath into the back of the ribs. And go ahead and rise up. We will take the left hand behind us and pop up your pelvis. Press into your left shin. Exhale, release. Go to the other side. Take your right hand behind you. Step into your left foot and lift your hips. Wild thing. Pressing into your right hand. Rotating the right hand to the right. Exhale, release. Okay, extend your legs. Bend your knees. Come into a reverse tabletop. So fingers face forward. Squeezing your glutes. Lift your pelvis as high as your knees. Roll your shoulders back. Look at the ceiling. Feel your neck lengthening and strengthening. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Straighten your left leg, cross your ankle over your left thigh, bend your left knee. So we're back into this figure 4 stretch. You can stay here if you like, maybe rock your hips a little bit left and right. Or you're going to draw the left shin down and you're going to stack your shins. Try to get the feet and the knees in the same line up and down. And as you can see, my right knee is a little bit lifted. So one option would be just to let gravity and let the rotation of the chest going forward start to draw the right knee down. So if I take my hands behind me, either on a block or the floor, and I push my chest forward, that little bit of action is going to help the pelvis rotate and help the knees go down. Another option, if your knee is really lifted, you could just put, again, a blanket underneath your knee, and that will give you something to press into. But ideally, you have something to press the shins and the knees down into. And again, if you are way back here, let's say with your chest, and it's hard for you to get your spine stacked, then sitting on the edge of a blanket will definitely help you, as you can see, get that rotation and get the knees down. So play with whatever variation you feel would be supportive. Flex into your feet. Let's just do 3 little turns to the left with the spine, and then do 3 little rotations to the right. And then we have about 5 to 10 breaths. So let yourself settle into your shape. One option would be to take your hands behind you and just keep sitting upright. Another option would be to hinge from your hips forward. Again, you keep pressing the knees and the shins down to activate the hips. Keep your feet flexed. Keep reaching your toes towards each other. You can crawl your hands forward. You might pop the elbows in front of the shins if that feels available. If you want to make it more restorative, you could put a block under your forehead. Make sure you don't hold your breath. You're breathing deeply in and out of your nose, allowing the breath to soothe your nervous system. Stay connected to whatever sensation you feel. Sending your breath to any tension. And then another option, you can do a little twist. You can take the right elbow over that top foot and do a little spinal twist to the left, if you like. Full breath in. And let it go. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Sigh it out of your mouth. Just notice which leg you have on top. We're going to switch legs. So we'll take the left leg on top next time. So shake out your knees. Shake out your legs. Take your left ankle over your right thigh above your knee. Bend your right knee. And you can again stay here in this figure 4 stretch or come back to it. If you want to take double pigeon or FireLog, you're going to slide your right shin underneath your left. Maybe scooching your hips back so that and when you look down, you'll see that your shins are stacked like 2 logs, and you'll see a triangle between your legs. Again, you have lots of options. One option, hands behind you to push the chest forward. Give yourself a little lift in the pelvis to start to rotate the pelvis forward and to draw the knees down. So you want to be able to press your left knee into something. So if you can't get the knee to stack, if it's really lifted, put something underneath the knee, a blanket perhaps. And as you press your left knee down, you'll feel your left hip really activating. Another option, again, is you can sit up on something. So go ahead, maybe try what you did on the first side and see if you need more or less support. One side can be different than the other. You're welcome to stay upright for a few breaths, and let's do that rotation. So let's rotate 3 circles, rotating your chest to the left, and then let's rotate the opposite direction. Finding all the nooks and crannies, all the edges here, rolling through the pelvis. And then sit up. We got about 5 to 10 breaths. So keeping the feet active, reaching the toes towards each other. You can stay upright if you want to start to hinge forward. Crawl your hands forward. Again, you can really avoid the stretch by just letting your head drop. So instead of rounding your back, think that you're opening up your front body towards your front of your space. So you're trying to almost do the idea of a back bend. So the sternum goes forward, the vision goes forward. So doing the idea of a back bend as we're technically forward bending. So keeping the heart and the chest open. Again, you can put a block under your forehead if you wish. You can put your elbows on blocks or on the floor out in front of you. Keep pressing the knees down. Keep reaching the toes towards each other. Keep deep breathing in and out of your nose. And let's take a deep breath in and deep breath out. If you want to do that little twist, you can take your elbow outside your top foot and rotate to the right. Push the chest towards the thumbs. Inhale, come up. Let's take another deep breath in. Hold it. Open your mouth and sigh it out. So nice. Extend your legs. And just paddle out your legs, paddle out your knees. We're going to do one more reverse tabletop. Fingers can face forward. Bend your knees. Push your knees over your ankles. Squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Good. 3 breaths. Maybe look at the ceiling. Feel the neck strong. Lifting the pelvis. Exhale, release. And let's take a final seat to close practice. If you want, you can sit in Virasana with me. So a block between your ankles. Sitting up nice and tall, just noticing the effects of your practice. Feel that your body is finding equilibrium. Connect to the movement of your breath animating you. Connecting to the body becoming more still. And you'll notice that there is subtle movement, that the body is actually never fully still. Like a buoy in water, your body is always rising and falling with the breath. You can bring your hands together to honor your practice. Namaste. Thanks for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye.